everyone, what I'm going to do in this video is to show you how you can make your course evaluation form using Google Forms. So I'll show you how to start this, and then I'll show you an example of my course survey results to show you how it's presented, and you can kind of get some really good feedback and information about your course. So let's do this. So we'll start from scratch. So I'm going to access my Google account, my school Google account. So I'm going to Gmail right now. Oops, let me get out of this and do that. So signing into my Google account right here. Okay, and this is usually the screen that pops up as your email when you do this. So you need to go to Google Forms. And there's a couple ways to do that. I like to go up to here, which is this like pound key. And sometimes, not all the time, sometimes, let me move my picture, I guess. For a moment, I'll move over here. Okay, so you can see for the most part that Google Forms is not here. So there's a button that says More. I'm just going to move my screen down a little bit. I'm going to click that. And there it is, Google Forms. That's the one you want. Now, if you don't see it on your screen, sometimes this happens, you need to go to Even More Google. So I'm actually going to go there just to show you where you can find it in case you didn't find it there. And if you search through this, you should see Google Forms. So I'm going to click on that. And we're at a blank form right now. So I'm actually going to skip this. So if you go, now you could do anything here. You can, do your own evaluation. You could write it up, but I would actually not do that because they actually started it for you. So if you click this arrow, cool things is that, I'm going to put this back here. Okay, the cool thing is that you can actually, they already have some pre-forms made for you. And notice that course evaluation is one of them. So the secret's out. I didn't actually build a lot of this myself. I actually used this as a basis, which I thought was pretty good. So if you click on that, there you go. So this is pretty cool because you can start to edit this. So, class name I thought was pretty good, instructor. It's probably not necessary because you know who it is, but, level of effort. And then, these are all the things you can ask. Level of skills before, at the end, required, etc. So this is already pretty much done for you. So let me show you how you can make changes to this to make it to your course. So anytime you want to add a question, there's a button up here that says Add Question. That's pretty convenient. So I wanted to actually, in my survey, I wanted to know what class it was. So I'm going to do, and what I'm going to do is make a drop down so they get to pick. So what, you could do course name or however you want to name this. And say my option 1 would be CP Physics, if you will. And then I had Honors Physics, add option. Make it look nice, I suppose. Add option. AP Physics. Okay. So what a drop-down does is, when they see course name, they're going to be able to select that. So if you ever want to see what your questions look like, there's a button up there that says Preview. And when you click on that, you'll notice that course name is now a drop-down menu. Pick which one you want. Pretty neat, right? Okay. And then, of course, you could go back to this button right here to edit it. So you can always look at what you do. So you can change anything by literally clicking on it. And right here, if you notice, tells you what type of question it is. This is a short answer question. And there's multiple types. You have paragraph, multiple choice, drop down, checkbox. Linear scale, that's the, strongly agree, strongly disagree. The multiple grid, that's really helpful because that is the one that is essentially right here. This is the multiple grid. So what a multiple grid is, you actually use the same rating for the same question. So in other words, this question, you say one of these, poor, excellent, etc. And you can easily delete or add. So for example, if I don't want this, you press X, it goes away. If I want something new, like level of lab skills at the beginning of the course. You know, whatever you want to put there. And you could always preview. So let's go take a quick peek at that. And notice that this is that, you know, you can select this, which is pretty cool. And level lab skills at the beginning of the course. Notice that's right here. So when you want to evaluate things that are the same criteria, you want to use the grid system. So there you go. So that's pretty cool. Go back to edit. Ooh, stay on this page for now. Okay. I'm going to leave this page. Okay. All right. So if you want to, you know, say, you know, you want to change this, what aspects were useful, you could do something like, I would like to see more of blank and less of blank, you know. So a paragraph is going to absolutely, you know, have the students fill that out. Now I can make that a required question, which means that it will not submit until this is actually used. So that's a pretty good feature. This is to delete the question. This is to duplicate, which is kind of nice. And you can change the order of any of these questions simply by dragging them and putting them somewhere else. So I'm waiting to see that 4-arrow cross and then to that. I mean, for example, so you could do any order. For example, why do you choose this course? You know, maybe not degree requirement for us or time offered, or you could do interest required, I don't know, and maybe not time offered, but you can come up with something clever with that. So, as you can see, you can go crazy with this. You can add images and videos, but you don't really need to do that. So let's say this is good. You're happy with this course evaluation. You can change literally everything. Preview lets you take a look at it and see how it's displayed. Go back to edit. Color palette. So if you want to change the colors, there you go. If you want a cool picture, you go to this link right here and you have thousands of cool pictures. Not that this one would be good, but there you go. You can do whatever you'd like. This is this is kind of, you could leave this alone, but you can look at this if you want to do some other things. Now you could do anyone in Oxford Public Schools, or anyone lets you open it up to the internet. Doesn't matter which one you do. And then you could always print off this if you need somebody to do this as a non-hard copy. You could add collaborators, etc. So let's take a look at what these results show. So I'm actually going to show you my course survey. So I'm actually going to get out of here because I did it in a different form system. So let me sign out. Do I have it? I do. Okay. So when you're done, so we're going to look at the responses now. You're going to go to your Google Forms. So notice that I went here. I'm just going to move my picture right here for a moment. More. See how it doesn't show up here? I have to go to even more. I'm going to go to my forms. Then what I'm going to go, because it always defaults to showing you like a blank form, so you have to go back. And then all your forms that you've done, so I've done other things, come here. So I'm going to go to my course evaluation form. And notice that I have responses now. So this is the form that I made. You can kind of see it actually wasn't too bad. I actually liked this question. It was interesting to see who was taking my course and what their major interests were, what my kids expected as a grade. This is actually pretty cool information. So watch the awesomeness that comes from this. So you have two options, summary and individual. Summary is all the responses, as you can see, but it's per question. Or you can do individual, where you can see what one person said. Here we go, see the individual ones. Which, of course, is not useful unless you want something like a quiz, like Lynn was talking about. That's a great idea. You can use this as a quiz, so you want to use the individual. But if you're collecting data, summary is where you want to go. So here are my responses. Look at this. It's so cool. So Google is fantastic because they already kind of did a pie graph. So why did they choose this course? So actually, surprisingly, a majority of my students wanted to take it, which is pretty cool. Some people were required, and I don't know why people put that, but that's good. So pretty interesting. Expected grade in the course. Interesting. So a lot of people were medical, science, engineering, undecided, business, some really cool stuff. And then here are those questions that I asked, you know, in terms of or, satisfactory, etc. So you can see level put into this course, very good, excellent, satisfactory, knowledge and skills at the start of the course. So you can really evaluate this. So it's pretty cool. You know, and it was really neat to see. I thought this one was pretty interesting. So a lot of people felt pretty good, but then I had, you know, a decent amount of people that didn't. So that's a great way to say, maybe I didn't prepare them. Of course, you know, that's subject to many things, but really cool feedback. And then here are the answers. I wish there was more blank and less of that. And here are some of the responses. I wish there's more help and less math, you know. So, of course, I don't agree with some of these, but, you know, but some of them are really good, good things. So it's really cool. Blank helped me learn best. My strongest feature. You know, you got to definitely like be ready to take some bad feedback, but that's what happens. You got to look at all this stuff. So anyway, you can see the responses is really helpful. You know, I really got some really good feedback from them, and I just love the feature of this. I mean, it does it for you, which is the best thing about this. And this was pretty cool. So if you have any questions, you can come see me at any time the next week or so if you would like to do this. Oh, the last thing, most important, is once you have your evaluation, of course you want to send it out, right? So let's send it out. Now the best way I thought to do is to do it with an email link. So I highly recommend you shorten that link. And you can copy and paste this into an email, into Google Classroom, or, you know, whatever your venue is. So what I did is actually, if I can quickly sign in before my time is up here. What I did for my classes is this in my Google Classroom. For example, is I posted it here, and what I told my students is to take the survey. Now, since the survey is anonymous, I actually had them mark done. So these people did the survey, and they'll get the credit for it. And the people that didn't do it, well, they have to mark it, because that's the only way I can do it. I mean, I just want some feedback, so it's not, you know, a lot of points. But here's, you know, if you click on the link just to show you, there it is. It took my students about 15 minutes, 20 minutes to do this, so this is a good end of the year assignment to do this. And you can make it required, you can make it optional, you know, it's totally up to you. And then, of course, when they're ready to submit, they submit, your answers go, and there you go. So, like I said, let me know if you have any questions. I hope this covered everything, and I hope this is helpful. Take care.